Okay, Coach, you guys have been off the field for about 5 weeks. So, first question, what have you been up to?
Well, we've been recruiting like crazy. It's right when the season's over, we got to hit the road and start catching our next crop of guys, and so we've been kind of scattered and recruiting and starting to have some recruiting weekends, and so that's kind of what we're doing right now.
Being December now, have you been able to look back at the season at all yet?
Oh yeah, I mean it's hard. We were all bummed not making the playoffs, but I think the more space from our last game to now, I mean, you start to really look back and really appreciate and even be more and more proud of our players. Just this accomplishment. I mean, to be 9-2 their first year in this conference, and was a great feat. And on percentages, record like that should get you in the playoffs, and unfortunately it didn't. But man, it's just been a fun season to look back on.
A lot of people noticed the season too, because you had 13 that made all conference, and then you had 3 BSN All-Americans and Nick Bonney and Braden Week and Rob Virgil. And Virgil he might have to buy a new trophy case after this season. Between that and All-Region, and with he and Jameel Medlock both, they're at Myrtle Beach at the moment, about to take part in the FCS Senior Bowl. It's been quite the postseason for a lot of members of your team.
Yeah, and I think that's what, looking back, and people that might wonder what the benefits are of moving up a level and things like that. I mean, these are the kind of things that are the rewards for our players. I think when you're playing in a conference like this, you're playing D2, it's NCAA. And then to get our kids, I think it really shows that a guy like Robert and a lot of our guys that are getting this recognition. Kind of shows that they belong at this level, and anytime as a coach, you're just real proud of the hard work that they put in. It's very reflective of our coaching staff and how they're coached and prepared, and how these guys have gotten are finally kind of getting some obviously some reward and some payoff for their hard work. So Robert, it's been great. It's been a great career here for him, to see him develop, to see him when we recruited him and brought him in and told him of all these things he could be, and then to have him come in and actually do those things. It's pretty cool, and he just, I'm just real proud of him. I'm proud of our whole team.
I talked to Robert a couple of days ago, and he was very excited for the opportunity. I was reading off some of the quarterbacks and the wideouts he was going to be competing against, Charleston Southern and Morehead State, and he was chomping at the bit to kind of, as he was saying, to show that USF could, move up to FCS if they needed to.
Yeah, I mean, this is a big game, and it's you never know who's down there, who's looking, and I have no question that those two can play against whoever's out there. I mean, I think it's we showed that against McNeese State and against North Dakota. So it's just another opportunity in a game like that against a lot of talent. This is the best of the best that are in a game like this, and so it's going to be fun to kind of see how he does. I feel very comfortable and confident that he's going to do well, and again, this is another product of being at the NCAA, being in a school like this, having a year like we've had. And man, what great memories that he's going to take with him from this season and even in this postseason.
In terms of postseason accolades, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention you now own USF's first Capital I academic All-American in Carrington Hannah. He's been regarded as one of the best players on the team, and also happens to be a pre-med major, and now he's an academic All-American.
Well, I'm excited because I told Carrington when we recruited him here that he was going to be my doctor when I retired, and be my kid's doctor. So I'm excited that he's on pace, because he is very focused academically, and he's as focused academically as he is on the field, and we are so excited he gets to come back and be on our football team next year, and step into even more of a leadership role in the off season. And what's really great about it is we got so many. Academically, we've got so many kids on our team that I think this can inspire, because I think we're going to have a few more guys next year can do the same thing. And so it's exciting, and I think it's inspirational for the rest of our team, because he's I tell you what, he is dedicated to his academics, and we were so excited and congratulate him on that, because that's another great award. You know, there's not a lot of those in this country, and that's a big deal.
You won't bring it up, so I will. You yourself are currently a finalist for the Liberty Mutual Coach of the Year. It's quite the honor being at your first year in the NCAA Division II.
And that's, that is a thank you, and that is a great honor, and I think that is full-on credit to my staff. I mean, I think coaches get too much praise, they get too much criticism. I think it's one of those things that I'm humbled by it, but with the coaching staff that I've had and how they pour into these players, it's nice to be recognized that way. But I'd be remiss if I didn't deflect that down to my staff and their hard work.